It is still morning, but I let myself have a little lie-in after last night. Definitely went to bed later than planned, so just let myself lie in a little bit, which I felt like I needed because I did set my alarm and just slept right through it. But yeah, so I clearly needed it, but it's fine. I am up and ready to crack on with the day. First thing I'm going to do today is start blocking my cardigan. I'm very excited to do that. I'm going to need to clear some space to block it out as well, because with it being so large, I don't want to be stepping over it for the next few days. So I'm going to clear out some space and make sure that I've got somewhere to lie that out and have it block. But now that that's finished, it does mean I can carry on. Oh, I'm knocking everything off. It does mean I can carry on with my design, which has also blocked beautifully, and it's very nice and drapey now, which is awesome. So yes, it does mean that I get to crack on with this. I'm hoping that it's going to get to a point where I can actually reveal what it is on here, which I'm hoping, obviously that means it needs to be done sometime in the next 4 days, or at least I need to be happy with its progress within the next 4 days. I think that's doable, personally. I think that should be doable, but we will find out. So I'm hoping to get a little more progress done on this, and that way I can start telling you what it actually is. Which, yeah, I'm waiting until a certain point, because if it gets to that point and it's fine, then I can start kind of talking about it, and that's the theory. So we will see. But yes, my newest design. So yes, some work is going to be done on that today. I also have a little bit of stuff to do. We've got to go to the shop, just get some last minute Christmassy things. Not like gifts and things, it's just like food and snacky bits and, you know, stuff to have in the cupboard, because Christmas is very much like a picky time. I always find you want stuff to be there just to pick at. So yeah, we're gonna head over and get some of those later. And then I am on stream again this evening. It is Skyrim this evening because it is Wednesday. And yeah, it shouldn't be too hectic today. Like, there's some bits to do, but it should be good. Should be good. I can't believe though that it's only like 4 days till Christmas Eve. That's crazy. I'm not entirely sure where this month has gone, but it does mean I've only got, I mean, including today, I've got 5, but I don't want it to end. So today's colour is called Bilbo Tries to Make Peace. I have no idea what to expect with this one, so this should be good. So we've got some lovely greens, because I think he's going to, I believe he's going to the elves and the people of Lake Town to try and make peace, if it's anything like the film. I say this like I haven't read it. I have, but it's just been so long. So this is the Bilbo Tries to Make Peace colourway, and I'm wondering, as I say, I can't remember if it happens exactly the way it does in the film. In the film, he takes the Arkenstone and basically gives them that to barter for peace with. If it's the same in the book, then I'm wondering if that little flash of the pale goldy colour, if that's meant to represent the Arkenstone, because I swear for day 17, I swear there was a similar flash of that colour. So I'm wondering whether that's deliberate and that's meant to be the Arkenstone and the peace kind of attempt. I wonder. So I will check on the Discord and see what she says on that one later. But I think that might be what she's done there. Oh, I love kind of the fact that she's planned all this. I think it's brilliant. And then let's do Peppa Pig. We're on day 20. Oh, this calendar's looking very, very nearly finished now. So what have we got for day 20? Got a little present. Got a little present. There we go. And speaking of little presents, totally forgot to show these last night. When I was at my parents', they did give me a slightly early Christmas present, mostly because they are out of the country for Christmas, but also because this is going to need like looking after. So it's not something that could have just like waited until after, because I need to water them. So they got me some succulents because they know I love succulents. So I've got this one, which is Star. I was hoping for a plant name because I'm getting better, but I'm not. Oh, it's an Echeveria. Yeah, it's an Echeveria. And I do have some Echeveria varieties, but I've never had one with the red flowers on. So, or do I? You know, I might have the same one in the kitchen, but considerably bigger. I'll have to have a look. So this is the first one. In fact, I think these are probably all Echeveria varieties. Yeah. And then I've got one in a cute little penguin pot. How sweet. So I've got this little guy. And then I've got a little polar bear pot as well. And yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all Echeveria varieties. Yes, they are. But I do love an Echeveria. So then I've got this one. I do like succulents. I've got loads in the craft room, all over the window, and they're all over the kitchen windowsill as well. I don't know, I just really like them. They're really easy to take care of, and I just think they look really sweet. So yes, I now have another 3. So those were my early Christmas presents from my parents. I'm gonna pop them back in here while I decide where to put them, because I'm going to need to find somewhere to put them. So I will have to look at some windowsills and make some decisions. But I forgot to say as well, I also had my text to say that back at the beginning of the month when I went to donate some blood, I've had my text to say it's been issued in a hospital. Which is always a little bit, I knew it would come soon. I was expecting it to be not too far off, because obviously there's a certain kind of shelf life of it, and I knew that it wouldn't be too much longer. And then yes, I had the text to say it's been issued in Lewisham. So yeah, I quite like it, because otherwise you just kind of forget about it, and it feels like it's just vanished into the ether, never to be seen again. So actually getting a message to say it's just been issued, it's a little bit sobering. You kind of go, ooh, especially this time of year. So yeah, that's cool. But in a, like, I hope they're okay kind of way. But I do like that they've added this feature. I think it's really, really interesting feature. So yes, I've had that through. So yeah, 100%. If you are willing and able, would highly recommend that people become donors. Yeah, so I think that's all I had to talk about this morning. I am going to get blocking that as soon as possible, and then that can start drying, because in winter it does take a while, because obviously we're just not as warm, windows aren't getting opened as much, there's not as much air movement inside the house. So get that blocking ASAP, and then crack on with the other little bits and bobs I have to do today. So yeah, I will check in later on. Hello. I'm having a little bit of a sit because I've been up on my feet all evening doing some baking. I didn't end up going on to Twitch this evening because I needed to bake. Well, I didn't need to bake, but you know, you just need to bake. So yes, I have been doing some baking this evening. I have made some teeny tiny little gingerbread cakes, and if I say so myself, they're very nice. So yeah, I did get that done, but it did mean no Skyrim. So me. I also did a little bit on my crochet, but not very much. So probably doesn't really look all that different from this morning, if I'm honest. But my cardigan is blocking, so at least I've achieved that. And we have done our last post of some stuff. We had some last minute presents and cards that needed posting, so at least that's sorted now. So that is all done. What else have I achieved today? Have I achieved anything else today? I feel like I've gone and gone and gone and gone and gone non-stop, and now I can't think of anything I've achieved. Oh, I always hate it when that happens, but I feel like it's probably stuff that I'll be grateful that I've done in like 2 days. We went shopping as well and got some last minute kind of bits and bobs for Christmas. We had most of our food in already, but we just kind of did our top up. Just like bread and milk and things like that, and just little treaty snacky bits. So we've got all that sorted. Had some presents arrive today from friends, so they're under the tree. What else have I achieved? I'm trying to think. I caught up on Game of Thrones from film night, which I did need to do because we didn't watch it. We didn't do our Game of Thrones watch yesterday because we were doing the Hogfather, and because we did both episodes, it's a little long. So we skipped Game of Thrones, which is good because it gave me a chance to catch up on last week's when I was at the concert. And I'm actually out most of the day tomorrow, so I've kind of tried to catch up on a couple of bits that I can't do tomorrow. So yes, it has been a busier day than I anticipated, particularly with the baking. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, it'll be so quick, and then 2.5 hours later, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, 2.5 hours isn't that long to do a bake. But in my head, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be dead quick. I'll whip it out in an hour and a quarter. It never works like that. Never works like that. But I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. Now I can't remember what it is. I need to like write this stuff down. And if it wasn't like the 20th, I might consider doing that. But at this point, we've only got like, what, 4 days left. So it feels a little redundant doing that now, but I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. I might have to just remember it for tomorrow morning. Yeah, maybe. So I haven't done my reading as usual. I'll be doing it in bed as usual, because that's like my reading time. That's when I like to do my reading. So yeah. Why do I feel like the thing I was going to say was about reading now? I think my brain is just, I think after yesterday, my brain has called it for the year. And I don't think we're going to be back in business brain-wise until January now. I've got a worrying feeling that this is as coherent as I'm going to get for the next couple of weeks, which, it's Christmas. Which now that we're into the 20s of the month is very exciting because we are very, very nearly there. But I'm going to stop babbling now and I'm going to go and read my Hobbit chapter for today. I did check the Discord and she did go for the Flash of the Arkenstone in that colourway, so I felt very smug that I'd interpreted it correctly. So yeah, that was intentional. So I'm going to go and read all about it now and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.
In tonight's section, Bilbo sneaks away from Erebor to go and barter with the people of Lake Town and the Wood Elves. Very similar to the film, except that it's Bomber on watch and Bilbo offers to take his watch for him, saying he can't sleep. So when Bomber goes away, Bilbo sneaks off and goes to meet up with Bard and the King of the Wood Elves. And in this case, I think in the film, I think they're using some of the birds as Gandalf, because we still haven't seen Gandalf since before we went into Mirkwood, and there's some things that the birds are saying that I think they've assigned to Gandalf in the film. But Bilbo sneaks away and meets with Bard and the King of the Wood Elves and offers them the Arkenstone as a way to, start a conversation with Thorin about what they feel he owes them. And they're both very impressed by Bilbo in this, especially the fact that he's snuck in without anybody knowing, but also in his commitment for peace here. So they both agree to take it, and they're very concerned about him going back because they're very aware that it might put him in danger, admitting to what he's done. But he says, no, I've got to go back. And just as he is about to head off back to Erebor, a cloaked figure comes and speaks to him, and this is Gandalf. So we have re-met with Gandalf, but the armies are all assembled, and unless something can be done, it looks like war will begin.